Oh, guys, well, on this video, we might have a lot to talk about because, wow, I'm looking at the script here of it, and wow. Okay, we will be looking at, Kaizer Chiefs making those huge announcements. We will be looking at, how Kaizer Chiefs this season might be winning the league because, yeah, definitely what I'm looking at here, yeah, it's something which I know a lot of you are not expecting, but we will be looking at that, and also we will be looking at Mchitarapana Flavio Silva with his good performances. And last but not least, we'll be looking at this Bafana player who currently has come out and said, no, guys, Kaizer just wanted to sign me, but unfortunately, you know how it is. But anyways, obviously we will be diving into all of those details buffet on this video. But before singena more into those details, please do make sure that you like the video, and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe if ever this is the first time seeing football trends with QP. And yeah, click on the bell notification buffet so that you can be able to get that new video and be notified whenever I post my new latest video. But anyways, getting back to this video, which I feel like there's a lot that we need to talk about, starting with the huge announcement which Kaizer Chiefs just made recently. There are teams that we're supposed to play. We were supposed to play East Kukuna United, we were supposed to play TS Galaxy, but the dates were on the days of where we will be playing a CAF, CAF Confederation. So they decided, no, you know what, we need to make an announcement in terms of this because people will be confused thinking the matches are being played by that certain day, so they need to adjust everything. So starting off with this Kukune, they made the announcement a bit earlier, and then they told us, no, definitely we will now be playing his Kukune on the 16th of September, which is much earlier than anticipated. And then also we look at another team, which is TS Galaxy, and so far those are the two teams that I want to see Kaizer Chiefs doing what they did with the first 5 previous games. I think I will be convinced with Narajani we are going to win the league. So definitely TS Galaxy, the game which was supposed to be played on the 21st of September is now going to be postponed. It has been postponed actually, but we have not been given an official date to when is it going to play. So starting from the 14th, to be exact, starting from the 14th, there's not going to be any space available for Kaizer Chiefs to be able to play that game. So they will need to figure out something in terms of that match. But now we do know with this Kukuna United, it will be played on the 16th of September. So Naranjana, guys, and then on the 19th we will be playing our first opening game for ECAF Confederations, which will be the first leg. So it will be the first leg on the 19th, and then on the 26th that will be the second leg. So we will see how the team is going to perform, because so far we've been waiting, and then now we jump to how Kaizer Chiefs this season might win the league. Because first things first, starting off buffet to Coach Nazarene Nabi and his technical team, we have to be honest, they managed to fix our biggest problem so far this season. You can see with definitely our team is playing like a team, more like a team. You can see there's that spirit to play like a team, unlike the previous years, which for the past 10 years I haven't seen something like that. Yeah, it was gone, being understanding what was going on. So for now, at least, you can see definitely our team has started to regain their confidence, and they're currently playing as a team. Number 2, if you look at how there were rumors Ruti Kaizer Chiefs are going to fire Coach Nazarene Nabi, and then later on someone with no coaches available and was Kulumel, and I even Kaizer Mtaung Jr., even though he didn't give us an exclusive or an explicit answer, he just said, yeah, he's part of the team, and obviously we will look into what Neslung Sake, which is top tier, and I can't I can't replicate what he said, but definitely, guys, he did say something which was not convincing to us as fans, because we thought, how is the coach leaving, yes or no? no, you call one like someone beating around the bush. But anyways, we've seen that coach is or has been retained, and he's been resuming with the team. And so far, everything, despite everything that happened, he's still back. He's still with us, still trying to push the project. Kaizer Chiefs, which obviously is trying to take it to the next phase. So definitely, with us building from what happened, it's proof, guys. Proof, guys. If you do not fire your coach, you won't start afresh. So we are not starting afresh, but we are building from last season. That's all I can say. We are building from last season, and definitely that does help increase our chances of winning the league. And then also, if you look at, Kaizer Chiefs this new season, Joe Mangshilo, we're playing like a team, which does help the team, because when it comes to pressing, everyone does press. We are trying our best, Bafetu. We are trying our best to make sure what is a presser in a way that needs to be done. And also, you can see the fighting spirit. It's not just one player for himself, but each and every player that is playing currently. You can see the fighting spirit, the momentum, everything that they're trying to achieve. Even though sometimes some players might lack confidence with certain things, which we do not know why, but so far you can see what the coach has been trying to do, and you can see how far we've come compared to last season. There's beautiful things, guys, that we need to talk about, and we can see all of those beautiful things. We can't just dismiss them and say no, loku nan. Guys, we are playing beautiful football. Number 2, we are more confident. Number 3, you can see our players. You can see definitely what they are fighting for the patch. You can see the spirituality in the team. You can see definitely what to this season. They are trying everything they can in order to make sure they deliver good results. Yes, unfortunately, sometimes we do not get the way or the result that we need, but you can see what is so far. Yeah, things are looking good, and yeah. Number ngasho ukuthi point lami lokugcina ke, we might come to depth, guys. Currently there's a lot of depth in Kaizer Chiefs, and not just any depth because it's not a player, but we are not using them. We do have players that we use a lot, and those players in Tabang, they offer you different combinations, different tactics, different styles, different something which makes our team unpredictable, and that is something that you need whenever you go to play or compete for a league, because at the end of the day, you are a team that is unpredictable. Same thing that happened with Golden Arrows. They thought we will, but things did not go according to what they thought would happen. So those are certain things that might help us to make sure we win the league. So far, the depth is very good, and also it does create competition, a good healthy competition, if I might add, because so far, if a player is playing and is not performing, whenever Puma, then definitely that player will be taking my spot. So I need to make sure that whenever I'm given a chance, I deliver and make great results. So we have a lot of players. We still have players we have not yet played, but so far, yeah, I'm happy with the competition that is there. I'm happy with the depth that is there. Yes, I know there's a lot of players that we thought Kaizer Chiefs was going to sign, but they did not sign. But looking and hearing at Coach Nazdin Nabi, he sounds happy with the players that have been recruited. So we can't deny the coach. Now, if he's happy with the players, then definitely we can't fault anything, because at the end of the day, he knows what he wants. They know what they want, and not as fans, we know what we want. As long as we get there, then it's fine. We do not mind anything else. And yeah, the coach finally this season, I can say he has managed to understand and grasp the PSL side of things, because so far, Bash and I would know, I've been watching from ETV. So currently things are looking good, because so far he understands the league. He spent one season playing, not just playing ukudlala, guys, but playing the games and the leagues and everything. So Shilo now, no, this season, guys, I'll try my best to behave Mr. Ref, because they were there when they had that media opening day for to discuss in the Bazama League and everything. So he did say something like that. So it shows you definitely that coach now is more confident, and he knows what needs to be done, and he understands his assignment as the coach. So we can't take that away from him. And also, these are kind of those improvements that I was talking about. So definitely those things are the certain things that are going to help us win the league. Now I remember when I was speaking with Cameron on Kaizer's podcast, I said there's certain things that we take for granted which are going to make us be surprised and shocked, which happened. I remember when we talked about he came Mamelodi Sundowns, he said we are not going to win because we have to be honest. Kaizer Chiefs says what and what. I mean, I just felt said we didn't have, or we did not put in a player like Silva. If we had Ikotaro, then definitely that was going to be our one-way ticket. But we did have chances, and I feel like there were certain moments where we got, robbed. But anyways, it's fine. Teams always benefit. So far, I think we could have won that game, but at the end of the day, it ended up as a draw, which I'm not too too sad about that, because it is better than nothing. They did not concede, we did not concede, the game just ended in a draw, but I feel like we should have won that game. But anyways, with what I've seen so far, I'm happy. I don't have any complaints. And then last but not least, Buffet, we might go to the player that says Kaizer just was interested. They wanted to sign him, but unfortunately, no concrete offer was made. Now, you might be asking yourself, QP, who is that player? Buffet, this guy is a Bafana player who, we are spun the scheme. And obviously, if he came to Kaizer Chiefs, he might no longer. But anyways, it's Luke Leroux is the player that I'm talking about. He's been at the PSL. He's played for our Supersport United. He moved around on my loans, but so far he's playing for a team called Portsmouth FC, if I'm not mistaken. So this is what he's saying actually. But let me just give you and quote what he said, because at the end of the day you might think, QB, that is not true. Why is he being linked with us? Is he trying to move to Kaizer Chiefs? Because we've seen a lot of players doing something like that in order to be acknowledged and get a move to Kaizer Chiefs. Just like the story of Mayo, something that doesn't make any sense to me. But anyways, here we go. So he says, so there was talks and there were interest, but there was no concrete offer or anything from Kaizer Chiefs. I wouldn't say that there were 100% offers or anything like that. The talks were there and the interest were there, but nothing really happened. And at that time, I was at the stage also where I was trying to stay in Europe and see how much and what I could get in Europe and try to do my best away from home. Luke Leroux. I don't know how you guys pronounce him, but for me, it's Luke Leroux. So, guys, this is the player that I was talking about. Yes, we know does get some collapse and everything. He's a great player, to be honest. Not to say something horrible with other players that we currently have, but he's a great player who could have made a good addition to the squad. But you see now, Kaizer Chiefs have went a different way. I understand why. It might be possible Mfana would have been expensive because he's still contracted to his team. Yes, interest was there, but he's contracted to his team. He's a central midfielder who can also play as a defensive midfielder. Now you see what he's a player who can play that position. Yaga Ox, but currently you can see we've signed, Lebohang Maboye, who definitely will be played on that position. We have signed who else is playing that position? I think Ondlovu is paired with the Ox to mainly try and fill that position, even though that's not how it is, or that's not how he's supposed to play mostly. But you can see him tracking back and everything, trying his best to protect the ball at the back, and then ubone Ox yapambili or ubone Ondlovu yapambili, which is something that we've seen so far with the game that we played, which was the game of Golden Arrows, where they did not expect us to bring in the last player like Oflavo Silva, which I understand why Coach Nabi and the technical team decided not to play him against the Sundowns, because they thought, no, we should not start him with something big, so Mfaga under a lot of spotlight and a lot of pressure, so we should just start with the smaller Nyana team. Okay, guys, so I don't mean it's a small team, but we should just start lightly and then, not just bring him to a big match, but start somewhere. So they've started him at Golden Arrows. And guys, wow, I love how that goal was scored. I love the positioning of Flavo Silva. Or I should could Cedric Kaizer, but no, Umchita, he knows where to position himself, and he is the player that we were lacking last season, because there were a lot of opportunities like that one, which last time we Mchita. So hopefully, with many more games, he will always be there. And the finishing from that guy is top quality. You can see with the player Bafetu, he's really coming from Portugal. Hopefully, Nalama sharp shots, we can be able to use them, because we know a lot of the teams that we are playing against, they like to play low block. So with this Kukune, it will be different, because it will be attack, and I'm hoping to see our strength with that team. If we can beat or draw with this Kukune, trust me guys, the league this season is coming together. Just but anyways, we'll see Hamburg is cut with how is everything going to be and how are we going to perform. But for now guys, this is it. Thank you so much for watching. Wow, as I've said, there's a lot to talk about, but anyways, I'll call up a video, like a video, kumbule kosi, peace.